everybody. I'm not really sure what this is. I thought I would show you guys some of my childhood art. I haven't really shared much about all of this or what my art was like before, but I don't know, I thought it might be fun to take you guys through what my art used to look like when I was a kid. I used to do a lot of drawings with oil pastels when I was younger. I think around 2009 to 2013, that was my main medium of choice. I moved on to watercolors and sketching much later, but I think just being able to blend all of my colors and to have that variety of colors and crayons and all of that, I think that is what really intrigued me. And a lot of my art from this time is mostly oil pastels. This is one of my favorite paintings. Not paintings, is this a painting? No, it's not. What do you call it? Sketch. Whatever this is, it is one of my favorites. It tore from the side, so I had to tape it back up. But again, this is done in oil pastels, and this was a still life study I did. This must have been around 2009 or 2010, and for that time, I think this was one of my best works that I had ever done. I was really proud of it, and yeah, this was another one of my favorites. This actually, my dad, he got a flip phone, I think, or like a new smartphone that was kind of a flip phone or something, but one of the backgrounds on his, like one of the wallpapers on his phone was this sunset lake picture, and I really liked it and I decided to draw it. And again, it's done in oil pastels, which is fun. Really love this one. I'm really proud of all the shading and stuff I've done in this. For like a 9 or 10-year-old, this is pretty impressive, I think. This was something really random. I like drawing landscapes like this with a hut and a random tree in the sun rays. Just pure childhood memories. This is supposed to be me. It looks nothing like me, but it was supposed to be me. This was the first page of our sketchbook, and I decided to draw myself. Again, oil pastels, but that is an excellent portrait, don't you think? Another one of my favorites, I do little fishies. I really liked this one as a kid. Just all of the shading that I did and drawing fish for the first time ever, and like all the underwater plants and stuff. I think adding this much detail to a drawing at that age, it was pretty impressive. I even have like a underwater stream or current or whatever that is. I think this was inspired by Finding Nemo. I really liked that movie as a kid, and I think I wanted to draw something inspired by that movie. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. I don't really have any dates on it, but yeah. We have some birds and butterflies. I like drawing animals, I guess. I'm not sure. Animals, insects, birds and all. We've got the nice black outline, and we've got some nice chunky birds here. Little butterflies, whatever these are supposed to be. I really like these too. Ooh, this was another one of my favorites. When I made this, I remember feeling so like professional, and I really felt like an artist because I've got like the empty space around my subject, and I've got it like blending into the background, and I've got like mad amount of shading in all of my flowers. I don't know, even composition wise, I thought it was really cool that I was able to do this at the time, so quite happy with this one as well. I'm pretty sure this was another background on my dad's phone. This is like tearing and falling apart, but again, oil pastel, sunset, we've got the gradient and the reflection in the water. Very sure this was another background. Oh, this was, you know, sometimes when you're a kid and you make drawings, and sometimes those, like, one of those drawings will turn out to be like a turning point, pivotal thing that you have made. This drawing was one of them. There's another version of this here somewhere. So I made that, and then I made this. I redid the entire drawing and it turned out so much better. I don't know, it was like a nice thing for me to see the change in my skill, like literally on the same day, so that was fun. Then we have a peacock, again with the gradients. I really enjoyed the blendability of oil pastels, and you can see that a lot in my sketches from around this time. This was an experiment. Not sure what it was. I think it was another still life study that I did. I cannot remember. Oh, there it is. There's the other one. So I think this is the one that happened first. You can see there's a lot of white spaces and the stuff isn't like blended together properly. And then I made this one. I feel like I was a lot more confident with my coloring here, even though this one does have a lot more detail, like the house and the reflection of the boat, and a lot of detail up here in the bushes in front. But I think my lines are just a lot more confident in this one. Oh, this was another one of my favorite drawings I made. I loved it so much. I think for the next 3 or 4 years after I made this, we used to have these like drawing competitions in school, and there were many times that I did different versions of this exact layout. I remember there was a greeting card making competition that was held for my class, and I made this, and I added a lot more hills and a lot more houses, and there was like some words down at the bottom here, I think, and the inside of the greeting card said welcome home, and I thought that was a really cute idea. But yeah, another one of my favorites. I drew a lot of birds and animals, looks like. I don't remember drawing that many. There's a fish again. I think I tried recreating the Finding Nemo drawing in watercolors here. Watercolors, and I think there's some kind of crayon. I can't tell, but I like the other one better. More birds. I really loved this one. I thought at the time when I made it, I was like, oh my god, this is so clean. And I'd filled the entire thing with like just a wash of watercolors, and there was just this soul, this butterfly on a leaf in the center. I thought that was really cool composition wise. I don't know, I really like the colors of this one also. Very pretty. This was something from my head. Am I holding it the right way? Yes. I think I was at the end of my sketchbook and I just wanted to fill the last page with something, and I just did this. It's kind of cute, yeah. Sometimes we fail. I remember being so upset about this painting not turning out. I put like a whole X through it as well. But I'm glad I saved it though. I'm sure I have the final version of this somewhere as well. But I'm glad I still have this one to look at. But definitely, if you'd like to see some more of my childhood art, do let me know in the comments and we can give you a tour of these as well. And I would like to know what your favorite art material was to use as a kid. Mine very clearly was oil pastels and watercolors. So let me know in the comments what you like to use. I am gonna go finish labeling the rest of these. Okay. I don't do solo artist dates that often. Barely ever actually, but this week we decided to do something very outside of our comfort zone and we took ourselves out on a little sketch date. This experience was nothing short of an emotional roller coaster, and that is not an exaggeration. I don't do well in public places, especially not on my own. I struggle talking to people, and a lot of the times I'm just having trouble moving around even. But I decided I needed to get out of the house and have a change of scenery and just be present with myself outside of my room. Initially, the plan was to walk to this cute little pizza place near my house. It's surrounded by like a farmhouse-esque place with there's gazebos and benches and just places where people can chill, and there's like horses on the other side. But 2/3 of my walk in, I started to feel very anxious thinking about all of the people that would be there. And just as I was walking, my plans changed. I decided to stop at a Starbucks instead, which felt a little bit more comfortable, but I was still very nervous. The spot that I wanted to take was occupied, and I was freaking out a tiny little bit because all of the other spots felt like they were too exposed, and I wanted to sit removed and away in the corner. So I decided to look for a spot outside. At first I sat completely in the corner, but I was facing the barista and the building and all the people, and that was much more intimidating. So I was like, okay, let's move our chair a bit so that I was facing away from all of the people with my back towards the building. It was really difficult to begin sketching. I constantly felt like the people around were looking at me and laughing at me or talking about me or judging me, and it felt like I could hear their conversations and they were about me and how funny I looked, which was not true at all. Everyone was so completely focused in their own work, but the whole time I was just so worried about what they could be thinking of me. I took it slow, and eventually I did open my sketchbook and I did start drawing. But the whole time I was drawing, my eyes were stuck to the sketchbook. I found it so difficult to just look up even. I could hear people in the background and they were moving around, and I wanted to observe what they were doing, but it just made me so anxious. I felt I needed to minimize myself as much as possible so that people wouldn't look at me. And it genuinely felt like I forgot how to draw. And I decided that I needed to help myself out a bit, so I just drew using references from the pictures I took during the gallery visit. And one of them I couldn't even complete. I just left it midway because it was getting so overwhelming. And because of doing this, because of having or needing to use references, I was seriously questioning my drawing skills at the time. Honestly, it was scary getting out there on my own, and I don't do this a lot, but I'm glad I took this first step. My inner child artist is really proud of me. I sat through the anxiety and I spent some time with my sketchbook, and now looking back at my spread, it's not even as bad as I thought it was at the time. I was beginning to really discount my skill and my capabilities, but eventually when I did start to get in the zone, it became a little bit easier to be more present. And this experience was definitely an empowering one, regardless of how nervous it made me, and I guess this is a step closer to doing things outside of my comfort zone. And I guess I just want to leave you with a message that it takes effort and it takes patience, but the next time you step out to do something that scares you, you will remember this day and you will remember how proud you were of yourself, and putting yourself out there would become a little bit easier.